So I'm out here this morning at our church's Bible boot camp as people have come out to work on their physical self. But I've been thinking about our emotional self and our spiritual self. The reality is, this time of year, many of us are running through a gamut of crazy emotions. Some of those emotions are being driven by the fact that we've got circumstances in our lives right now that are driving our emotions, good and bad. We have relationships, good and bad, that drive our emotions, drive our feelings. We've got memories in our past that frankly, even our own traditions of Christmas can affect the way that we feel this time of year. So as we think about our emotional self today, let's turn and think about our spiritual self as well, because that's what truly drives our actions if we let it. Let's get connected. Those of you who know me well know that I absolutely love Christmas. I love everything about it. I love even the busyness sometimes of the rush of the holiday season. Yet those emotions that are talked about can tend to trap us sometimes and tend to keep us from focusing on and realizing the truth, the best truth, that we need to realize this time of year. I mean, even when I was a little boy, I got caught up in the decorating, probably starting at about the age of 4 or 5 years old. I used to try to get my mom and dad to go out, buy more lights. And so I've continued that tradition in my own life. I love the Christmas carols. I love all the Christmas carols. I love listening to White Christmas as Bing Crosby sings it. I love the new Christmas carols that have come out. There's a couple especially that I like. One is a newer one called How Many Kings? How many kings gave up their throne? How many kings gave up their own son that you and I would have life eternal? Boy, as we sing that in church on Sundays this time of year, my heart just wells up with the reality and the truth of God. You know, some of the older Christmas carols that I like to sing have become so routine to me that I've even kind of know the words so well, I don't even think about them anymore. The other day I was driving in my car and I was coming down the road on the turnpike and I was listening to a radio station that was playing all Christmas music and Hark the Herald Angels Sing came on. I'm not going to call that one of my favorite songs up to that point. In fact, it's probably one of those that during the Christmas season, I don't even schedule to sing it at church, maybe except on Christmas Eve. But as I was listening to the song on the radio, it got to that one portion in the first verse where it says, God and sinners reconciled. Boy, when I heard that, my heart exploded with emotions. My heart exploded with the reality of the truth of what God has done for me, what God has done for you, what God has done for the world. John 3:16, yes, you know it. Many of you do anyway. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever would believe in him, put their trust, put their faith, turn their life over to him, would never perish, but would have eternal life. That baby born in a manger, that life that laid in that manger on that Bethlehem night is representative of the life that is incarnated. God incarnated into man, and then God incarnates himself into us. The reality of that we could dwell upon for the rest of our lives and never grasp the full extent of that love, the full extent of that incredible gift. But we should make every effort this time of year. Otherwise, all the emotions of our circumstances, the emotions of our relationships, the emotions of what we have not, the emotions of what we cannot, all those things will catch up with us and we'll find ourselves in a spot where we are thinking we're unable to even celebrate this time of year. So what I want to encourage you to do today is just to think about those words. Hark the herald angels sing. Glory to the newborn King. And then when you get to that part that says God and sinners reconciled, remember this. Remember that it was he who was without sin. He who was without sin became sin in order that we might attain the righteousness of God. That Jesus Christ, yes, he came. He was born in that lowly place. He was laid in that manger, that feeding trough. He grew up as a young man. At the age of 30, he began a ministry upon this earth to reveal who he was, the Son of God. Wow. Allow the truth that is behind the story of Christmas, not the fables, not the Santa Clauses and the Frosty the Snowmans and the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeers. Those may be wonderful stories, but they're not true. They're fables. They're traditions. Focus on the true story this time of year and allow that true story, God and sinners reconciled, made right through Jesus Christ, through his life, through his death, through his burial, through his resurrection, and through his life again, life eternal. May God bless you as you go out. Share this truth with others, because everywhere you go, you're going to find someone that's caught up in the emotions of Christmas. God bless you. Have a great weekend.
Body, mind, soul, spirit.